Hi, I'm Jack Beam with Beam Legal Team, and with me here is my partner, Matt Patterson. I want to talk to you today about autism versus cerebral palsy. Matt, are we seeing autism on medical records all the time now?
It seems to be a new trend that autism or autism spectrum disorder, or a child being on the quote-unquote spectrum, is the bad diagnosis that a lot of school districts and pediatric doctors want to make.
And I don't want to use the word cover up, because I would never accuse the medical profession of trying to cover up negligence or malpractice. But autism seems to be a cover up very many times.
And before you go too long on that track, autism is a very serious neurodevelopmental disorder that many children tragically suffer from in various severities. There's a lot of discussion about not knowing what the cause of autism is. But we do know one thing that does not cause autism. And that's organic brain damage. It might cause symptoms like autism, might cause a doctor or a school district to say a child has autism, but the reason for those disabilities is brain damage, not some abstract neurodevelopmental disorder.
Well, and what's interesting too, isn't it? Maybe you can explain to me why we're starting to see literature, including from the pediatric journals, including the JAMA, that makes an association between hypoxia ischemia and autism. Explain that one to me, will you?
And there's a lot of growing literature and research that's linking or associating a cause and effect between complications during labor and delivery that deprive babies' brains of oxygen and later diagnosis of autism. And the reason for that is these children don't truly have an abject neurodevelopmental disorder called autism. They have brain damage that mirrors signs and symptoms of autism and are getting misdiagnosed with that condition. So now we're seeing in the literature a growing cause and effect relationship between labor complications and an autism diagnosis later on in life.
Well, and if they can get autism into the record, sometimes it can throw lawyers like us off the trail of possibly finding obstetrical or neonatal malpractice.
Well, some lawyers, but not lawyers like us, because we've learned that an autism diagnosis does not mean that we shouldn't investigate the cause, and it does not mean that it might not have been caused by negligence during labor and delivery. So if your child has an autism diagnosis or has been labeled as being on the spectrum and you had a complicated delivery, call us to see if we might be able to investigate what really is going on with your son and daughter.
And if you get a chance, subscribe to Beam Legal Team's blog, because we'll share more adventures that we encounter as we try to find justice and make justice for children with obstetrical and neonatal malpractice injuries.
Thank you.